Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faith if you're new, and today we are talking about boho braids and the pros and cons of this hairstyle. I have had these braids in for about a month now and I still think that they look pretty good. I wore them on vacation in Phoenix and I got them wet and everything, so I'm going to tell you my experience with them. For this style, I used 20-inch body wave human hair. It was bulk hair, and I also have a video on like how I did the hair, the methods and process and all of that, so check that out when you are done watching this video if you want to see how it looks after a month. This is pretty much it. I added some yarn pieces in it as well. But yeah, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to this style, because I have quite a bit to say, so let's get started. The first pro of this hairstyle is that for me, it is a great alternative to sew-ins. If you are new to my channel, then you probably don't know, but I usually do my own hair. I do like mini twists or mini braids sometimes, and I don't really use extensions or add hair to my own, but for a vacation I wanted to try something different and I wanted kind of like a wavy look, but I really did not want to do a sew-in because I want to take care of my own hair still. I want to have access to my scalp, but I didn't want just regular braids. I wanted the freedom of having like your hair look like it's out. So this is a good hybrid style if you want kind of like a sew-in look but the freedom that braids gives you. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, you can see that there are braids on the top, but then there's also hair mixed in there, so it doesn't just look like braids, and it's definitely not a sew-in. So this is a good style if you want kind of that look that your hair is out. Okay, my second pro to this style is that it's a really great vacation hairstyle. Like I said, I went to Phoenix with this hair and I was in the pool swimming like every other day, and it holds up really well in water. In fact, the hair curls up a little bit and I really like that. Dries easy. It's just like braids, but you also have hair out. If you're going on vacay and you know having a wig is not an option for the water activities reason, or having a sew-in, like I said, you want a hairstyle where your hair could be down and you're able to go in water, then I love this style for that. It's a really great summer style. I think that's why it was so trendy during the summertime, because it is a great hairstyle if you are going to be in water regularly. If it wasn't for some of the cons that I have on this list later, then I would just make this a summer hairstyle. And you can experiment with different curl patterns, curlier hair or looser hair. I love it. And my third pro that I have on this list might be unique to me or some of you guys who like the boho aesthetic and everything, is that it's a really pretty boho hairstyle for us girls with like type 4 hair or curly hair. I love the whole boho look, and sometimes I struggle looking for hairstyles with extension hair that doesn't give like the baddie look or like sleek hair vibes. I definitely wanted something more of like a free-spirited, and this is perfect for that. I love this style for this aesthetic. If you're not new to my channel, then once again, you know, usually I opt for wearing my own hair for this specific reason. I love doing like mini twists because I feel like it fits my aesthetic or like the natural vibe, but I was kind of scared to try extension hair because I didn't want to lose that energy, but I still feel like this feels very much me and still fits that vibe, which I like. So if you're a boho girly and you want to find a style that kind of fits that aesthetic and not into some of the other like baddie slick aesthetics, then try this style because I love it for that. Okay, now that we got through the reasons why I absolutely loved this hairstyle, let's get to some of the things that really annoyed me and is probably why I won't do this style until like maybe next summer or something like that. I would not do this style like year-round or anything. So let's get into some of the cons. The first con that I have is shedding. My dear, shedding will happen, okay? I don't know what accent is that, but shedding is gonna happen. If you guys have seen the other video of the process of how I did my hair, then you will know that my cousin Bree did it. She's based out here in Atlanta, and this was her first time doing boho braids. She does braids She's been doing braids for years. She's so good. But this is her first time doing the boho braids and she did such a good job. Let me tell you, she did such an amazing job. But I think because it is human hair and body wave hair is a very silky texture, silkier hair textures just don't go as good with braids versus like your standard braiding hair where it's more of like textured hair, type 4 hair, just goes better with braids, better with grip. I feel like this hair was doing really well, but you know, naturally as time goes, it's human hair, it's silky, hair is gonna shed and slip. That can get pretty annoying. I'm tired of it at this point, but it still looks really good nonetheless. Even with more experienced hairstylists and stuff, I hear people still have a problem with shedding. It's gonna happen when you have this hair texture. That is my first con. Moving on to my second con of boho braids is the tangling. Just like the shedding, it's somewhat unavoidable. Tangling is probably the most notorious reason of why people don't like this hairstyle. And it is bound to happen. You have hair that's out mixed in with hair that's braided. So my naturally curly hair, I don't need to brush it daily. I shouldn't be brushing it daily. You don't brush curly hair daily. But when you have a different hair texture, a looser, straighter texture, then you know you gotta treat it according to how it needs to be treated. And this hair definitely needs to be combed or brushed daily. That's just what this hair texture requires. And I can't just take a brush and brush through all the hair because there are braids in there, you know? So in order to really detangle, you'd have to go in like every braid and pick out the pieces of hair that's out and then brush those and gather them together so it also like sticks to the braids, you know, and then go ahead and brush that. But that obviously is very time consuming, and especially trying to do it daily, you just have to go in and try to finger detangle daily, or I do brush the bottoms just to make sure that the bottoms are detangled. But overall, really hard to get to because there are braids in there. Okay, moving on to con number 3, and honestly my number one reason why I get so annoyed with this hairstyle. Like, I can deal with shedding, I can deal with some tangling, sure, but the number one thing that really aggravates me is that the moisturizing process can get kind of complicated. Once again, when I'm wearing hairstyles of any kind, I like to be able to take care of my own hair, access to my scalp, being able to moisturize my own hair. With human hair, especially of a straighter texture like body wave, when you add curl creams and curl butters and oils to it, it will definitely weigh down the look of human hair. It'll make it a bit greasier and weigh down the curls. I actually moisturized it not too long ago. It's usually a bit curlier than this, but if you want your hair to look really fluffy and fresh and light, like new hair, then you can't put so much products on it to weigh it down. But that also means if you want that look, it means you can't go in and moisturize your own hair a bunch, which is a problem for me. It's kind of like you have to choose whether or not you want your hair to look fresh and light and pretty, or do you want to have your natural hair moisturized but look a bit greasy and weighed down. You know, you have to choose one or the other, and I really hate that because with any style, I like to make sure that my own hair is taken care of, and the fact that in order to do that, I have to compromise on the look kind of sucks. If you have regular braids in, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. You can just moisturize your hair while it's in the braids and your hair will look fine. Your hair will still look new. But with this, that'll definitely weigh down the hair a little bit. Because of this, I did find that there were times where I was going out to events and stuff, I sort of skipped a few moisturizing days in order to have it look its best, and I just don't like a style that makes me want to do that. So yeah, I found myself a lot of the time moisturizing my hair really well on days where I was going to be in the house or maybe just run a few errands and didn't care as much. Yeah, that is the biggest con for me, and you may not care, you may choose one or the other, but for me personally and for the girlies that want to grow their hair, take care of their own hair and still look good, it's a con. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing my pros and cons to this style. For a girly who has had to deal with these for a month Overall, I still think it looks great, but I hope that this was informative if you are about to get your boho braids, just to be aware. If you want to see how this style was done from start to finish, then please do check out the video that will actually pop up on the screen at the very end of this video. And if you want to see how it looked throughout the month, you could also just see my hair in my Phoenix vlogs on my channel. But that's all I have to say about boho braids, and I hope you guys like this video, so definitely give this video a like and subscribe on your way out. Check out my other videos, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!